Raider Nation, we back. Let's freaking get it. What is going on, Raider Nation? My name is Raider Primo. I am the host of the Primos podcast. We're going to have a good one today, you guys. We're going to be recapping Clint Kubiak is officially the Raiders head coach. We will be giving our thoughts on the presser that he had yesterday. We also are going to be talking about the Max Crosby rumors. There is some more information that has came out today, you guys. I don't know if it opens anything in regards to him being traded or not, if he stays. We're going to discuss that. But when it comes to these Max Crosby rumors, and we just got a new head coach, I couldn't do this by myself. So I got my guy, Raider Will, in the building to
bow, baby. What is cracking lacking?
How's it going, Raider Will?
Hey, bro, it's going a lot better today than it was yesterday, and the day before that is better. You know, honestly, man, excited for the new head coach that we got. Lots of work to do, but, you know, hey, like I said on a previous show, hey, I drank the Kool-Aid last year where I saw Pete Carroll come in. I'm like, hey, I'm just ready to see what this man can do, and I'm excited to see that, brother.
Yeah, and we also got a third member in the building. We got our guy, the man, the myth, the GOAT, bro. Jay Raider, man. How you
bringing
doing,
all that sexiness to the show.
Not the GOAT. Far from it, bro. No, not sexy at all. Not sexy at all. If y'all see me in real life, I am far from it. But hey, appreciate you guys pulling up, and appreciate everybody who's rocking with us on this Wednesday afternoon. Salute to everybody out there. Hey, salute to Primos for inviting me on, man. Just wanted to go ahead and chop it up with you guys, miss you guys, and chop it up with Nation.
Yeah, before we get into it, let's acknowledge the chat. We got Jack in the building. What's up, Raider Nation? We also got the man, the myth, the legend, Sean High Stakes Johnson. He's over here just flooding my phone with notes about this Max Crosby deal. We got Taino Raider in the building, Raider Nation, Primos. And we also got one of the moderators in the building. We got Leak Guy in the building. Primos, Will, Jay, what's up, Usos? What's up, Leak Guy? Well, hey, let's start it right here. The Clint Kubiak introduced officially yesterday as a Raiders head coach. I liked his press for you guys. Outside of some questions about him working at the oil rig, which I was like, okay, like I really want to know more of football standards, but I really like his answers. He seems like he wants to get ready, like right to work. Like he's ready. Like he's gonna party it up today. I don't know if they already had their parade today for the Seahawks. But he's supposed to. Yeah, I think it was today, and then he's supposed to be flying back to Vegas tomorrow and getting right to work. Real quick, Jay, man, I want to get your thoughts, man, on what you. How did you feel after the presser? What were the vibes you were getting from Clint?
Bro, I was excited. I was on yesterday with Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. We did the presser and a call-in show. I heard nothing but great things from Kubiak. You know, at first there was some like kind of snowball questions and whatnot, but I think he answered them great. I like the part that he has the little index notes, and then he's like, "Well, you know what? Fuck it." And he spoke from the heart, and you know, he said a lot of cool stuff that I think has resonated with Raider Nations. Like, look, I don't expect you guys to go ahead and trust me off the bat, though. Despite I've already, all my accolades and whatnot, it's gonna be displayed on the field. That's how they're gonna earn the trust and bring a lot, you know, some of the fan base back that has left or has kind of given up hope, I should say. So Hey, honestly, I think that's the best way you can answer it is just putting a good product on the field, and honestly, that's what I'm hoping for. I just want us to look competent in 2026, and I'm not really expecting a whole lot aside from that.
Yeah, I'm the same. I love that he threw that in there. He's like, it's our job to earn Raider Nation to come fill Allegiant Stadium up by putting a good product on the field. I'm like, oh, Clint, you've been watching, huh? You've been seeing what Raider Nation's been seeing, because that's the thing. We said we don't want to show up at Allegiant because it's trash on the field. Why are we going to show up to Allegiant and support trash on the field? We want to support a good product. Raider Will, man, to you, coming out of that presser, man, how are you feeling?
Like I said, I drank the Kool-Aid. I'm sitting here sipping on the Kool-Aid. But hey, I did this before with Pete Carroll, bro. I sipped on the scissor. Now I'm a little bit more careful. But I'm gonna tell you what, man. The man said all the right things. He said, hey, we want to come in here. We want to earn the people's trust. We want to make sure that we fill up the stadium with our people and we earn their trust. Now, Clint Kubiak isn't the hoorah guy, right? Isn't like the Raiders, like when you
Yeah.
got AP and he electrified the crowd. But if you
Awesome.
listen to what he's saying, I'm like, it should make you excited because he's saying, hey, man, we need to work our asses off. This isn't going to be an easy job. Give it to me real. Give me the whiskey with no ice, no nothing, just straight and bam. That's what you're getting with them. Total opposite of what we got with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll would tell you everything but the straight facts. So now I like that he's straight facts. He said, hey, man, this isn't going to be an overnight situation. You know, when they talked about Mendoza, because everybody wanted to, hey, Mendoza, hey, you're going to get married to Mendoza.
He didn't answer it.
No. What did he say? Hey, we got to go in there, evaluate film, see where we're at. And he kept it a buck. And that's the thing. When everybody has this predetermined picture for this team, but he has his own. You know, when he talked about the defensive coordinator, guys, what did he say? I want a guy that can finish, a guy that's going to coach effort, a guy that's going to like bring intensity. So
Shoot
what
players out when they're messing up.
Yeah. So you talking about a totally different type of coaching staff. We talked about this before. We talked about coaches being there to teach, to make players better. Players want that. And that's what he's going to bring to that's what he's bringing to the table. And I know from what we've all been talking is stuff that the Raiders need. Now, it's nice to talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? That's where we're looking at it, right?
And then I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that because of the DC comment. You know, when they asked him about the defensive coordinator position, he said, you know, it's not really all about the X's and O's. It's about being physical, you know, giving effort. And shout out to Sanji. He put a video out there. And he said, you know, he's the guy that believes that's all football is X's and O's. But now he does see the other part of it of effort, because we brought in guys here in the past. He put a name out there, Marcus Peters, who came in, talented football player, didn't put in the effort. And I want to get your guys' thoughts on that comment that he made. Do you guys believe that it's all the X's and O's, or does Clinton have a point that the players need to bring effort to the football field? I'll give my thoughts. I agree with him because I played baseball. And my dad, who's the coach, he always said, if you don't got it in here, if you don't got the heart and the passion and the will to go above and beyond for your teammates and give 110% effort, you already lost before you stepped on the field. It doesn't matter what how the coach's game plan. It doesn't matter how the lineup is set up, who's on defense. It doesn't matter. If there's no heart on the team, no effort, you already lost before you stepped on the field. Jay, how did you feel about that comment towards the defense, who he wants to bring as a defensive coordinator, how he's evaluating it? And it's a coach that he believes needs to bring the best out of the players. And it's not just so much scheme standpoint. Yes, I believe that's a part, but he's more focused on getting the best out of these players, 110% effort.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta have that. You know, you want to go ahead and have a guy that can go ahead and bring the best out all of your players, right?
Mhm.
I think him coming from Seattle and working with Mike McDonald, and obviously, they won the Super Bowl a few days ago. You get to see what it should be, and I think he's going to try to replicate it in some aspects, not all of it. But you're also, by doing that, you're also putting that culture into place, right? And again, we're talking about building culture, and we have a new guy, and it sucks we have to go through this again. Hopefully, you know this will be we won't have to do this for a very long time if everything works out, right? But it does. You do need to have the same intensity that you come in. Also, your coordinators have to be on that same wavelength, and this is why I keep saying he needs to go ahead and hire his staff. He needs to bring in the guys that he wants, because again, the vision has to be aligned. They have to have the same wavelength. They're not going to think alike 100%, but on certain things they should be on the same page. So I'm all for it. Interesting to see who's going to go ahead and bring in. Like I said, earlier this week, don't be surprised if we're going to see a lot of his familiar faces over here, and that's okay. But on top of that, if we're going to siphon off some coaches, maybe some players from Seattle, guess what? This time around is different, for the reason being they just won the Super Bowl a few days ago. We're not bringing guys who are like 5-6 years, that they were competitive 5-6 years ago. These guys just won the Super Bowl. These guys know how to win. They just won. I mean, what a better candidates could you want? So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm totally psyched to see on the names that are going to eventually come out. Hopefully, we get to see that maybe sometime early next week, I think.
Yeah. Well, what about you, man? About the comment? It's not all about the X's and O's. It's about getting the best out of the players and
It's about the
effort.
Jimmies and Joes too, bro. It's about the Jimmies and Joes too. Let's be honest. And he
Yep.
hit the thing spot on. Defense is 90% effort, 10% skill. I'm going to tell you, you chase the football. When you coach defense, you are chasing the football. You don't know where it's going. You are literally going balls to the wall every single play. And this is what you want. When you're a defensive coordinator, I tell my guys every single time, if you're going to make a mistake, you're going to make it at 100 miles an hour, because you can fix effort. You can fix that, right? If you make that mistake, not a problem. We can fix that. But when you start hesitating, when defenses start being, passive and not aggressive, because they're waiting on things to happen instead of being proactive and trying to make things happen, that will make a defense totally change. You want takeaways, you want fourth downs, you want all sorts of things, right? You have to be aggressive in order to get those. Yeah. Are you going to get burned? Absolutely. But are you also going to make havoc? Are you going to increase the rate of the quarterback being hit, of them making mistakes? Absolutely. And that's all effort. Think about it, man. When you talk about the Condor, right? You talk about a maximum effort player. And now you're going to bring in a coach that excels in that wants even more out of that. I'd be like, that can be a total game changer and a culture changer for the whole team and organization. Because it's like Jay said, this isn't just one position thing, right? If he wants his defensive coordinator to be aggressive, to teach follow through, to teach all these things, your offensive line is going to be being taught the same thing: follow through, good technique, every single play, maximum effort.
Yep.
Bring out that dog in you. It doesn't matter who it is. You line up 1 through 5. Hey, 1 through 5 is going to get the job done no matter what.
Yep.
So it's an exciting time, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's the head coach speaking this. I want effort. I want effort. And what I love is he is emphasizing coaches are going to come in here and coach. We're going to be teaching these guys how to get better. It's not where we felt like last year where Pete Carroll was he didn't want to play the young guys. No, Kubiak's going to come in. I want to play the young guys. Speaking to your point, Will, about the offensive line, when he spoke about Genty, he said it's not just Genty. It's making sure the offensive line knows who they need to block, making sure the quarterback knows when to check into a run, make sure he has the right play call. And I love that because we've all heard the noise last year about Genty being a bust. That he's not he shouldn't have deserved that number 6. Kubiak, when he turns the tape on, he's gonna look at that offensive line and realize, yeah, it's more than just Genty. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that too. Just him emphasizing that it's not on the running back, it's not on the offensive line, it's a team effort. That everybody, we talked about it before Kubiak came in, everybody has to be on the same page. Not just from GM to coach, but from coach to coaching staff to the players. Everybody has to be on the same page. Will, how that when he said that, how were you? How are you reacting?
I love it, bro, because this is a fact. This is the 22-man sport. There's 11 guys on the field. If the offense, look, bro, I played, I coached, I see it all. When you play, man, and you know that offensive lineman is busting his ass to try to make sure that hole opens up for that running back. They make a lot of things happen up front. Bro, there's reasons those guys get Rolexes from their freaking QBs when they go to the Pro Bowl. These guys eat filet mignon. I'd be like, you guys see all the videos where the quarterback goes and buys all new trucks, all new trucks, SUVs, whatever it is for the offensive line, because them big ass war daddies up front make shit happen. So when you talk about, hey, this is a team sport, absolutely. And look at the play calling that he said. Hey, when it comes to play calling, it's not just me making the play call. I'm talking with my offensive line coach. I'm talking with my pass game coordinator, my run game coordinator, my offensive coordinator. All these people are making that play call. When you get that type of team mentality, bro, that makes you strong where you're weak. Because let me be real, bro, if one guy can be really good, but if he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, it fucks you up. Look at Max Crosby yelling at who was it? The linebacker that we had. Devin White last year. Devin White didn't keep contained. And look at that shitty ass effort. Tell me why Max Crosby was out there more pissed off than our defensive coach or any coach on the field.
Yeah, you're right. And no one trying to separate them. It seemed like the players trying to break it. Like the coaches seem checked out.
Yeah. So when you talk about all those facts, it's all facts, man, and we just need to get it together, and it sounds fantastic, and I want to get it done. But again, we have to see it implemented. Bro, we still have to see coaching staff. People are talking about him bringing his quarterback coach, but is a quarterback coach going to want to come here and be, again, not calling offensive plays?
And apparently Seattle is offering him to call offensive plays with them, so there's a lot of things to consider. Jay, what about you, man? Just him talking about that. It's a team effort. It's not just going to be just Genty. It matters on the offensive line. It matters on quarterback. Of course, we're thinking Mendoza, but he says quarterback needs to make sure that we're in the right play when it comes to the running game. Right. Just overall, that makes me think general. He's talking about team effort overall, not just run game, but passing game, defense, everything. What was your takeaway from that answer?
I mean, well, I think it's just, highlighting the fact that it's a team sport. It's not just all on one person. Now, this is kind of the fine line. We expect certain things and certain production from certain players, be it a Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty. We expect certain production, but now the coaching and the front office has to be able to go ahead and set these guys up for success. And so if we don't get the right guys on the line, and they're struggling and they're not making the proper adjustments or they're not progressing, you're going to have issues where Ashton Genty was already starting off with negative yardage, per game. I don't know what was the end up. I don't know what was the final statistic for Genty on the negative yardage behind the line of scrimmage. But I'm pretty sure it's like, from what I remember, it's like 0.15 or some shit, or 0.5. I don't know. It's like half a yard negative yardage, but stuff like that. When he goes to evaluate film, and then look back really at all the games and see kind of what what everybody did, certain things are going to stand out, So a lot of these guys that are in the building now, player wise, player personnel, they're probably not going to be here. And we
Yeah.
talked, you guys brought up Devin White, perfect example. Would he still be here? I don't know. Probably not. That's probably a good guess that he probably won't be here. And I know that's Spytek's guy, so that's why it's a maybe. But everybody who was brought in from under Pete, and if they kind of hit that lax button the last you know 6, 7, 8 games, I doubt they'll still be here. I don't see them staying here. So I don't know. Well, we'll see. But yeah, I think I like what he said, and I think that's a very fair assessment that he has to go ahead and do.
I, li- I like it. Like, let's get the chat involved. We got Raider News Central with the Raiders. We got Alec M saying Rashid Shaheed is coming to the Raiders. I believe that. Now his market value did come out on Spot Track, and I think it's like $14-15 million per year for 4-year deal. We'll probably discuss the price tag on that if he comes. 2-4 says, Will, you are correct. And since I'm your elder, when I say jump, you say how.
You say how high? I got you.
Hobo Raider says, you guys see what Kubiak just said a minute ago. I did not, Hobo. If you can, send it to any one of us.
He drafted Jay Raider as his podcaster.
I'll look at which free agents we keeping. Who will be defensive coordinator? Many questions to answer still, and this is what Will was emphasizing. And there's not a lot of free agents that I'm willing to keep. And the thing is, we have a lot of free agents that are going to be leaving the team. There maybe Stokes. Do you look at Stokes, or is there better talent out there? Really don't know. Demoke says we also got the Bunny Ranch with hella big booty. He's talking about how to woo the free agents into Vegas.
No, that's Fernando Mendoza. That's what.
We are gonna be a family team now. You guys need to go ahead and start cleaning up that filth. Clint Kubiak's not about that life, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now.
Not here, Demokes.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and have like some Sunday afternoon church retreat. We can start doing those, bro. What? Hey, man. Whatever we need to go ahead and appease the coach, it's all good by me, bro.
Also, yes, you guys. I just seen it on my phone. Thank you guys we got to 600. We got to 600, you guys. So thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button. Now the road to 700 starts now. I appreciate you guys. Send this to your friends. Send this to your family. Send this to even if you got a Donkey fan. I don't care. I'll talk. They can hear me talk trash on their team. But send that link around, and don't forget to hit that like button also. Let me see. Sean Johnson says Tyler Linderbaum and Braden Smith. $20 million for Linderbaum and $17 million for Braden Smith. I want to ask you guys, we're going to dive right into the previewing the offseason. We'll just talk about the offense for right now, specifically that offensive line. I don't think it's any secret that the offensive line is probably the major need on the offensive side of the football. Where are you guys heading to on the offensive line, or any offensive move for that matter, in free agency? I'll start with you, Jay.
For me, I was going to say, definitely Linderbaum is top of my list. Again, it's all dependent on if Baltimore fucks that up and lets Linderbaum hit free agency, which I think it's probably going to happen. And if that's the case, this is on Spy and Kubiak now. If Kubiak likes him, of course, and I think he should, because he did mention something about I think it was later on in the show after the presser when he got interviewed in regards to the offensive line. I said it was actually Q. Now that it comes to memory. Shout out to Q. Make sure you guys go ahead and tap into Lockdown Raiders.
Yes.
He asked him about zone blocking, and he's like, it's all about your center, how he's able to go ahead and call out certain things. And that to me, it's like, okay, it's either we're going to go ahead and get Linderbaum or he's going to go ahead and plug in JPJ. One of those two things are going to happen. If he feels that JPJ is going to be better at guard, then we're going to go after Lindenbaum most likely. And again, that's depending if he likes him. And this is where Spy is going to go ahead and back up that Brinks truck. Now, we might, Braden Smith, he's another guy, could possibly go ahead and take a flyer on him and bring him in. Now, what does that mean? If we get a couple guys out of free agency, that's guys that we probably don't have to go ahead and draft, get in the draft, right? As far as going out and replacing two linemen. Maybe you can go ahead and pick up a guy like later in the sixth, more for depth, more a project guy that you can go ahead and work with. But if you're not attacking anybody in free agency, this is where you're going to have to go ahead and pick up somebody early in the draft, probably between rounds 2 and 3, for it to really, make an impact. And you're not wasting a draft pick, because we need to go ahead and fix the offensive line, but that draft pick could be used for something else on the defense. That's an area that we need to go ahead and focus on as well. So a lot of holes to be fixed, but yeah, I like Leonard Baum. Braden Smith would be another guy. If we can get those two guys, trust me, it fixes a lot of stuff. I think I heard that there was somebody else that would possibly go after. I forgot their name. But if we're able to pick up a couple guys in free agency, that makes a whole hell lot of difference. And think about it. We just saw what it looks like to have a rookie left side by the Patriots. And look at what happened to Will Campbell and the other rookie. They got cooked, bro. They got cooked. They had
start to finish too.
They had a terrible postseason, bro. But it was on full display. In the Super Bowl, just Will Campbell got owned, bro. And I saw and I'll end it off with this. I saw Richie Incognito's podcast or interview that he did the other day. They talked about Will Campbell. A lot of it is technique. He said that might be something where they might want to push him to guard, and that way you can go ahead and cover up the inconsistencies, because you have the small arms thing that was brought up, but also the way he's just positioned himself constantly. So it might take a long time for him to correct. So he said probably like the easiest plug-in would be to like push him to guard. But that goes to show you you can only go so far with rookies. You have to mix in that veteran or that seasoned player to go ahead and mix in with your offensive line. If not, you're gonna have shit like that happen. We might be able to make a good run, but if you really want to go ahead and be able to win it all, you need to have the formula that it makes sense.
Yeah. Rare Will, what about you, man? What are some moves in the free agency or that you would make to the offensive side of football let's put it out there. If Mendoza is that guy we talked about, you got to support him. You got to bring him in and try to give him the best opportunity to not have his confidence shattered. And it starts up front, starts on that offensive line. What are some moves you making, man, in free agency?
Bro, Kubiak came out and said it when he was doing that interview with Q Myers. He needs a smart center. He needs athletic guys that can block, that can also pass pro. So he's looking for certain body types, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say, he's going to bring in this right tackle or this left tackle. But I will say this. Whoever plays center for us is going to be the shot caller out there for the offensive line. He's going to know what the fuck is going on. So we're going to find out whether JPJ can handle that or not. Because people kept saying, oh, yeah, JPJ's the best center. Remington Award winner. He can make all these play calls. We're going to find out. And I don't want to hear, well, JPJ needs to play center. JPJ will play center if he has the ability to play center this year.
Yep.
And Clint Kubiak is going to be that measuring stick. He's going to be the guy that says, hey, I trust this guy with Fernando Mendoza, if that's who we're putting back there. And he's going to make all the play calls up front. So whoever it is, whether it's Tyler Lindenbach, whether it's JPJ, the center position will be addressed this year, and that will anchor the offensive line. And that's going to make a huge difference because guys will know where to go. Their assignments, their alignments. That's the job of the center. The job of the center is to literally guide the offensive line. You want to go 60-50, you want to go 70 protection, you want to go 80 protection, he calls it. He calls the slides, he calls the adjustments. So, there's some lost cat in the building, y'all. What y'all? Oh, it's my daughter's phone. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, man. I mean, like at the end of the day, that's what it is. So we'll be addressing that center position.
Yeah, and shout out to Sean Johnson. He says Cade Mays, Austin Corbett, and Connor McGovern are 3 backups if we don't get Tyler Linderbaum. And I think I would love to see Spiteside do that. Just bring a guy in. You know, of course, not an Alex Kappa type signing, but first, I do want to see you go get Tyler Linderbaum. Now, I do expect there's going to be a bidding war for Linderbaum. If the money is just getting up there where you're like, I don't know if I want to do it because I still have holes to build around on the defense, then yeah, go get Braden Smith, and then maybe you bring in a Connor McGovern, or you just slide JPJ back at center. But again, to Will's point, that's if he can handle that position and do what Kubiak is asking of him. Sean also went on to say, I'm thinking JPJ might be better left at right guard because possible communication issues. We don't need communication issues. If that was true, factor 9. And it is true, especially with the rookie quarterback that we're assuming that is going to be here. You do not want any miscommunication from your center, especially if you have a rookie quarterback back there. It's just going to have that guy killed. I want to talk about this before Jay you head out. We're gonna address these Max Crosby rumors, man. There's another report that came out, and I'm gonna try to make it quick. This is coming from Albert Breer. This is by Just Blog Baby. Albert Breer believes that Max Crosby's Raiders beef is with Alex Guerrero. Now, who is that? Well, Alex Guerrero, he is the Raiders wellness coordinator and longtime trainer, business partner, and friend of Brady's. Now, Breer spoke on Early Edition and broke down exactly what he's heard regarding how Guerrero's presence and approach have ruined the relationship in Las Vegas. This is coming from Breer. He said, my understanding is the cup of coffee this morning between Crosby and Clint went well, but I don't think it materially changed anything. There's a lot of fence mending that's going to need to happen if the Raiders are going to hang on to Max Crosby. It goes all the way to the top of the organization with Tom Brady and Alex Guerrero. The way the communication happened with the injury in December left a mark. This is a guy, Crosby, who's incredibly loyal to the Raiders organization, wanted to spend his entire career there, and is loyal to Mark Davis as well. Now he feels betrayed. He was part of communicating the Raiders' decision and why they made the decision to shut him down in December, which really angered Max. I believe the day was December 23rd when they had some scans done, and the Raiders basically told him after the scans, we're going to shut you down for the season. Max had a strong suspicion that the reason they were doing it was to tank for the number 1 overall pick, which worked. Breer said, but the communication of it got fouled up. And a lot of people in that building report to Alex Guerrero now. And Alex is seen as the eyes and ears of Tom Brady internally. Just Blog Baby went on to say, phew, that is a lot to unpack. Reports have always circulated about Guerrero being Brady's proxy in the building in Las Vegas. And if Crosby feels like everyone conspired against him to make him sit out, it is understandable why he is so frustrated with the organization. It is a lot to unpack. But now having that additional information out with all the other rumors, and again, you got to take a lot of these media clicks and these stories with a grain of salt. But now hearing that, Jay, and then we'll get to you, Will, after. How are you feeling about this Max Crosby situation, man?
Honestly, bro, I have a real strong feeling that he's not going to go anywhere. And this is me saying it from not a fan standpoint. I can't really like elaborate too much, but just I seen some shit, and I have a real strong inclination that he's not going to go anywhere. But with that being said, you never know what could happen. My thing is this, the way that the end of the season went down, obviously we know Max, and he's such a competitor, and he
Yeah.
wants to play every game, every snap. That he's the type of dude that gives 110% all the fucking time. That's just
Yeah.
how he rolls. So when you ask somebody to go ahead and just like we're going to go ahead and put you on the shelf the last few games, it's not going to sit well when he knows like, hey, I'm physically feel good enough to be out in the field, right? Though he had an injury that was kind of like lingering on, but not bad enough where he had to get out of the game, right? And so when you're asking somebody like that to go ahead and just like sit down and chill and just spectate from the sideline or spectate from home, it doesn't sit well. So a lot of when he was told a lot, that's it, you're done for the season. With a couple of games to go, he wasn't happy about it. He was vocal about it. And if you
Yeah.
guys saw the interview he did last week on Colin Howard and I forgot the other guy's name, Dan Kachek or something like that. He said it like, I was pissed. Yes, I was pissed. He admitted that he was upset. I'm pretty sure there were some words that were said. They weren't pretty words. And so you have now this thing where it's like it's out there that he was upset. He probably talked to Glazer. I don't put it past him. He probably voiced his frustrations at the time. And he's probably like, fuck this, man. Like, what am I doing here? Type of shit. And I get it. At the moment, you're heated, you're upset. You just got shut down for the season where you wanted to go ahead and ride out the end of the season with this team. And the writing was kind of on the wall too. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't happy about that. But I don't know if it's to the level that he wants to be traded out, right? I don't think it's until the level like, okay, like I'm just completely done. Get me the fuck out of here. I mean, you had Mike Florio's website put out that he wants nothing to do with the Raiders. He'd rather retire than stay in the silver and black, but yet he's fucking doing interviews with full Raider gear on. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure if this dude wanted to go ahead and rehab his shit, there's plenty of places, private places, and he can fucking afford it, where he can go ahead and rehab if he did not want to do anything with the team. It's a pure point that he wants to still be there. Now, whether is this like a filling out process to try to, either gauge the sentiment of Raider Nation or prepare us for something to eventually happen down the line, definitely could be. I don't know, but I think for us or for people to go ahead and cast blame on one individual person, being Spike Tech or being Brady or being Brady's the wellness coach or whatever.
Alex Guerrero guy.
It's kind of a lot. And then like that dude, Alex, I mean, in the whole
this is the first time I'm hearing his name.
Me too, bro. But in the grand scheme of things, he's fucking nobody. Like, I didn't even like exactly. You just said it. You didn't even know who the hell that guy was. I didn't know who he was. I thought he was an agent or something like that, or a PR guy. I don't know. Like, I thought,
that's what I thought.
I didn't know who the hell that guy is. So for it to be like, okay, it's beef between Brady and Alex Guerrero and Max Crosby. They have to go ahead and mend that relationship. Now we're talking about mending relationships. I'm like, okay, bro. Honestly, if there's any relationship to be built, is with Clint Kubiak because he's the head coach now. And guess what? They fucking had coffee yesterday and they chopped it up. We don't know how long that sit down was for. I'm pretty sure there were some things that were said and Clinton let it be known. Hey, bro, like I want you here. I want you to play. We're gonna go ahead and set this thing up right. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna have maybe a further discussion down the line. Obviously, this is not gonna be like, hey, I want to bring in this guy. What do you think? It's like we're gonna put shit in place, like things are gonna change. We want you to be a part of that, but not so much like I'm checking in type of thing. And this is the thing with Max. I love Max. It's like I think he's already at a point where yes, he's frustrated. Yes, he's tired. I'm pretty sure he's been tired of just going through this revolving door of coaches.
Yeah.
But the fact is that he's still a player at the end of the day. And he said it best. Like, and now I know just need to stay in my lane, and he does, bro. He just needs to stay in his lane. I think he needs to be a little bit more careful on who he vents his frustrations to. I think if it's his closest boys like Brogan and Terrell, like those dudes are cool. They know what's up. But
Yeah.
when you're talking to other peeps that are off, like that are
Especially
part of the
NFL
football
media,
world, but out of
they
just
love Raider drama.
yeah, but outside of your sphere of influence, bro, like
Yeah.
you gotta be careful because shit like this happens, and now you're having a whole like cluster thing. Now it's a thing. Now it's a big thing.
Now you're having
You know?
media put words in your mouth. Like that's the
Yes,
thing. You don't
exactly.
want that.
Yeah, exactly. So do I at the end of it, do I think Max goes? I don't think so. But like I said before, I told Darren, he's one of my viewers on my channel, and I said it the other day on my show, if it does happen that Max gets shipped, will happen quietly. Like we won't know that it happens, like a Christian Wilkins type of scenario where it just came out of the blue. Like what the fuck? Like where did this come from? Oh, happen. Spytech will take the blame, but it'll be all Max. Max would want that to happen,
Yeah.
but nothing will be nothing like right now. We have all this floating, and that's kind of where it lies. But if Spytech's really shopping him, he keeps things close to the vest. He won't let something like that leak.
Yeah.
I think at this point you have to talk about it, like between like us, the
Yeah.
podcasters and the media and stuff. We're at that point, and I'm pretty sure Spy is willing to hear offers, but he's not actively shopping. And let's get the distinction straight. There's a thing when you're actively trying to go ahead and move somebody, and there's a different thing where you're like, I pick up the phone, I'll hear the offer, I'm most likely going to turn you down. But if the offer is good enough, then there might be a conversation to be had.
Yeah.
Will it happen? I don't know. But if it does happen, it'd probably be a scenario like that where Max either says trade me or gives his blessing to get shipped out. It'll happen quietly. It will not be put on Max. Spytech will take the blame, saying it's for the betterment of the team or whatever, and then that'll be that. And then the rebuild gets fast tracked at that
Yeah.
point. I hope it doesn't. I want Max to stay. I love Max.
Yeah.
That's my guy. We rock the night. Like I said, this is a Max household. We rock the jersey. We rock the shirts.
Hey, bro, I see the picture in the back, bro. Like,
Exactly, bro. I got the thing in the back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I already know what time it is. But I feel like that's how it's going to go ahead and kind of go down.
Okay.
If it does happen, if it doesn't happen, perfect. But if it does happen, it does happen. So.
All right. Raider Will, man. Yeah, the lights on you, man. Albert Breer coming out with some more, just adding some more, flavor to the rumors that is already out there. But
And next week,
up, man?
next week, Fernando Mendoza is going to stay at the University of Indiana for $36 million a year. He's going back. Like that's what I feel like, man. It's like every time we get a little bit of good news, they want to shit in our cereal, right? Or they want to like go in there and hold on.
They do, bro.
Like they just want to like make something out of nothing. So at the end of the day, I'd be like, if Max does get traded, hey man, I can see that. Now, if they're saying like Jay Glazer said, Micah Parsons trade, hey, give me 2 number ones, give me a Pro Bowler. Okay. I'd be like, if that's what he wants to do, that's what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, we can't sit here and say, oh yeah, because of this or that, this guy's saying this. Man, we hear this every year. Bro, I almost feel like, we're in high school. Rumor control in high school. Bro, like every single year with Max Crosby. Yeah. Oh, Max Crosby's leaving. Oh, he said oh yeah. He winked at them twice. Watch out.
Because it would be stuff like that.
Yeah. And literally, like, if Max says, "Oh, I'm unhappy," it doesn't mean that he's unhappy and wants to leave.
Yeah.
If you're unhappy and you hate losing, that's okay. Like, that's what you want.
Losing. Yeah, nobody likes losing.
Exactly. So I'd be like, I look at that and I say, hey, man, just another day being a part of Raider Nation. I'd be like, another reporter coming out with an unverified source. I'd be like, we go out. Oh, this GM. It went from him having a bad relationship with Mark Davis to now having a bad relationship with the TB12 guy. So I'd be like, what is it?
Yeah.
Who does he like?
Does he have
I'd be like,
the GM?
Tomorrow the towel guy? Hey, tomorrow's going to be the towel guy that had an issue with him.
The water boy.
The water boy next week.
Or the Gatorade, bro.
The president, right? What's their name?
Yeah.
Like,
so
who's next?
Exactly. So let's wait till things come out more factual and we can say, hey, man. And if he does want to leave, hey, that's his prerogative. He wants to ask for it. He can ask for it. Now, at the end of the day, bro, you better get the bag. Whatever it is, Spytek has to make freaking lemonade out of lemons. Mm-hmm. If Max wants to leave, then you better get draft picks and you better hit.
Yep.
If he wants to stay, then fantastic, man. You better go out there and you better put out a better product and you better show him that we're on the right path.
Yep. And that's where I'm at too. I'm on the same wavelength as both of you guys, that I don't want him. A lot of people think I want him to be traded or that I'm over him, or no, I want Max to see this thing through. Like, you know how happy I would be to see the Raiders win a playoff game and Max Crosby is still on the team, seeing this through. Like, man, like, we are changing this around. I want to see Max like see this through and be on the Raiders. But to Will's point and Jay's point, if he wants, key thing, if Max wants out, you guys, all right. But I will also let it be known that, hey, Max, I'm the GM at the end of the day, and I'm going to do what's best for the Raiders.
Absolutely. Hey, I don't want to hear this. Hey, why is this, Primo, that people think that you have to do what's best for Max, where Max wants to go?
I'm calling. Hey, I'm calling up the Rams. Now, I'm not doing it for Max. I'm doing it because, hey, the Rams, you guys got a 13th overall pick that I'm eyeing. That's what I'm calling y'all. Or I'm calling the Cowboys. Hey, you guys got 2 first-round picks too. Like, you guys want Max? But again, I'm looking at it's a win-win situation for the Raiders. I know a lot of people are not going to look at that. If we keep Max, hey, we're keeping Max Crosby, one of the best players on this team, the face of the Raiders right now. If we trade him away, well, like Jay said, this rebuild just got sped up a little bit more because now you're adding more draft capital.
You got more ammo. Yeah.
And you're adding more money to the cap. You're moving off Crosby's contract. So there's that too. There's a lot of moving parts, you guys, if we move off from Max Crosby. There's a lot of things that can benefit the Raiders. But I said this in the beginning, the pressure's on Spytek. If you trade Max, the pressure is still on Spytek. But yes, that seat got even hotter because, like Will pointed out, not only do you got to get a good haul for him, but now you got to hit on those draft picks. You got to make sure you hit on those draft picks. Someone asked me earlier today, well, we got to try to replace Max. You're not going to replace Max. You're not going to find another Max Crosby. Just like when we traded Khalil Mack, you're not going to find another Khalil Mack. Say what you want. Max, I would take a prime Khalil Mack. We
lucked out on getting Max. There was like perfect timing almost, bro. Like we're like that draft, I think the following year is we got Max, and then he started to go ahead and really show signs of ball out, and we lucked out. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna burst the bubble on some people, and if you guys, some people rock with me and they watch the show and they know what's up. But I'm gonna say this: what people expect for a Max Crosby trade is not gonna be what you expect. We're probably looking like a first and maybe a second round pick, and that's kind of about it. There's been a lot of kind of engagement out there, especially on social media, and the game engagement or the engagement of what a trade scenario will look like. A lot of teams, a lot of like interest is probably like a first and a second. Now you may be able to get a first in 2 seconds, and if you're lucky enough or you fleece a team, you could probably walk away with 2 seconds. I'm sorry, two first and a second, and that's kind of the Micah Parsons kind of deal right there. You're on that same wavelength, so I don't think it's going to be as much as people think.
Yeah.
And that's kind of also the trade off. It's like, okay, you're going to trade your best defensive player away, or basically almost your best player away in a sense of the team. And now you're going to have a first round pick and maybe a second. Now you're going to have to go ahead and hope you're banking on one of those two picks panning out or both of those picks panning out. And we're probably going to not realistically, we're probably going to get a lower first. We're not going to get a high first. And it's probably not even going to be a mid level like 13, 14, 15, 16. We're probably looking at 18 and below,
Yeah.
realistically. Or maybe, to be honest, it's probably like somewhere in the 20s. And that's like the Detroit Lions. You're talking about like Rams, you're talking about like any of those teams that are contenders, if that's the way that he wants to go, or they let him kind of like pick and choose or whatever. That's kind of what you're looking at. If they just like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and ship you wherever, then you have things, it becomes more interesting. Now we're talking about the Jets, now we're talking about the Browns, higher seed teams. So that's the thing. It just depends. Even with the Cowboys, you're probably looking at a mid level, at best. So I just want to go ahead and put that in perspective on as far as what type of compensation it would look like for Max Crosby. A first for sure, you're going to get a first round pick, but to get another one, it's a little bit of a stretch. It just depends how desperate that team is. If they're willing to go ahead and do something like that, then great. If not, you're probably gonna get something along those lines. So
Yeah, no, I'm glad you pointed that out though, because I pointed that out too. We got to think about Max's injuries, you guys. He's he had his third surgery in the past 3 years. It's like his body is still recovering from those surgeries. And like I was saying, I would take a prime Mac over a Max Crosby like right now. And I'm not gonna hey, fight me on that. Max was the game changer. He closed games out. I will say this about Max. Max has a motor, gives 110%. I will say he has not been put in position to close out games because we're always getting blown out. But my point is, if a team is coming to you with 2 first round picks and a second round pick, now to Jay's point, I don't think we'll see that because I think some teams are going to take that into account. Hey, Max is coming off a third surgery in the past 3 years. He's been almost needing surgery at the end of the year every season. I'll give you a first and a second. I think that is the realistic option. But if Spytek plays his cards right, and let's say he allows a bidding war to happen, and like Jay said, if the team gets desperate, sends you 2 first, I'm taking it because I'll say this: you're not going to get that value again. Heck, Jay, you're talking about first and a second. Next season, you're not even seeing a first. You might not even see a second. You might get a third or fourth for Max because his value is going to go down. So if this is if you want to, I know Spytek doesn't want to trade Max, but if Max wants out, bro, Max, this is the time to go tell Spytek, hey, get me out of here. I want to go win, and I'm not here for a rebuild. If there's some truth to that you are not here for a rebuild and that you don't want to see this thing through, which I'm calling BS because he's always said he does want to see this thing through. Then hey, let's move it on. But until let's say, I think, when does his money become guaranteed? Isn't it like March 16th or March or 17th? His money becomes guaranteed for 2020.
yeah, I think it's within like probably 3 weeks. Like I'm like, I think it's before the new year, the new league year, something like that.
So I'm
I
like, man,
think, but
we
don't
got
quote me.
into
I'm probably wrong about it.
But I'm like, hey, that's where I'm counting into. And once the new league year starts and nothing is heard about Max, I'm saying, okay, he's staying a Raider. He's not going to get traded because if you're going to trade him, you're going to do it now. You're not going to wait till later. And let's see, 2-4 says, "Yo, I'm still at work, but my job is done because I got Will to laugh at my James comment." Taino Raider says first this year and second next year, in my opinion, is the best deal, even with the reported 20 interested teams. All right. Alex says Dallas would be an option if Crosby wanted to trade. I think we're just gonna leave it at that. I think let's say that because Alex says Dallas. Who is a team that you guys think is a realistic option? If let's just put it out there, if Max did say I want to be traded, who do you guys think Spytek's going to look at as a team that is the likeliest that's going to give us a good compensation for him, whether that's a first and a second, or even if they give more, in your guys' opinion, what is a likely team that he's going to go to?
Honestly, the teams that desperate enough, I don't really know, bro. I mean, there's like the thing is that Max Crosby is gonna be sought after if there's some truth to it, and they really start shopping him. I'm pretty sure that Spy maybe has already got some texts and just kind of some engagement on the idea, right? But I think it could be anybody's game. It could be anybody. I mean, somebody said Dallas. I said Detroit. That could be a landing spot, having him go back to Detroit. I've heard, San Francisco could be another spot. So it just depends, man. It just depends.
There's a lot of teams out there. Seahawks.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It could. You have to also count in on is Spytek going to do what's best for the team, or is he going to go ahead and kind of look out for Max and put him?
No. Let's not go down that rabbit.
Hold on. He's asking, so I'm answering it. He's asking, so I'm answering it. So it just depends on Spytek's direction, bro. And it's true because that's going to affect your draft. That's going to affect your draft capital, your compensation, what you're going to get. Don't tell me like an early first is the same as the late first.
It's not.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. So exactly. But hey, bro, I mean, it is what it is. Max has the sentiment and the pull in that building, and we all know for what it is. We might not agree with it, but that's just the fact. So it could be depending what Spy wants to do on that part. So I can't answer that like specifically, like who where would he actually kind of go, or the favorite team. It could be anybody, but if you want to kind of just narrow it down, it could be Dallas, it could be Detroit, it could be San Francisco. So
I got the Rams. I don't know why. Yeah. I got the Rams. If they want to deal something with Max, because honestly, they add Max to that defense that's already was balling out. They can go get a ring possibly next year. Raider Will, what about you, man? If there was a specific team that you could identify out of the 20 teams that Jay Glazer put out there, just kidding. What is the team that you think? What is the team that you think is a likeliest location or destination for Max? And that
the Raiders.
The
Raiders.
He put Uno reverse card like. Hey, but I like that. Hey, elaborate, man. Elaborate.
I'm gonna tell you, man. The reason I say the Raiders are the best fit for them is because nobody's gonna want to give up what the Raiders want and what we're asking for. I mean, like, just think about it. It's gonna take a team that's on the cusp of the playoffs or in the playoffs that needs a Max Crosby type player in order to make a Super Bowl push, right? So you're talking about a late first round draft pick. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about a pick from 20 through 32. Then you're talking about going back into the next year again, 20 through 32, because this team is probably on that cusp, right? So they're probably in a 3-year window. So again, at the end of the day, is Max Crosby worth 2 number ones or 1 number 1 and a number 2 pick or a number 3 pick that are late in those rounds? That's what you're evaluating. So you really got to look at the evaluation system and say, hey, you know what team is going to give me the most bang for my buck? And I get it. I get what Jay's saying, that Max got the sentiment in the building. But if you're giving the sentiment, right, and you want to put him on a championship contender, that's exactly what you're looking at. It's a late first round draft pick, a late second round draft pick, late picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's where Spytek has to say, hey, this is what's best for the team and what's best for Max.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Hey guys, I gotta run.
I was about
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you,
Primo.
Letting me on, man. My guy Will. As always, dog. We got to go ahead and do a show. I'll run it back again soon for sure.
Hey, let the people know where they can find you real quick, though, Jay. Even though
obviously, I'll be on tonight with the Connection guys, the Raider Connection going down tonight.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll be myself. Jeff and Nate, Leo won't be able to make it on tonight, but we're gonna go ahead and rock it. So we're gonna do the damn thing. Make sure you guys go ahead and pull up at Just Raiders, baby. That is the channel. Make sure you guys go ahead and make sure you guys go ahead and give my guy Primo hit that like button, hit the subscribe. So obviously the next chapter is going to 1,000 subscribers. So let's go help my guy get to that point.
Yes, sir.
Let's really go ahead and help the show. This is a fire show. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in and pull up for his show. Hit those noties. But I'll be on tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific. Tap in the Raider Connection. We'll talk about Kubiak and all this madness going on. And if you know my guy Jeff, there's gonna be a heated debate going on tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Tune in for that one. I'm gonna be at the gym listening to that.
There you go. But appreciate you guys. Thank you, everybody. I'll see y'all later on.
All right,
Luke, brother.
Take care, Jay. Later, and then Raider Will, man. I think we're gonna start bringing the train back to the train tracks, man. Because I gotta get out of here too. I gotta go get my girl from work. We all
I gotta go get my lift on too, bro.
Oh man, hey, that's the thing. I gotta go get my girl now. I gotta go hit the gym. Just final thoughts, man. Final thoughts on the offseason. I think the word of the season. I put it. Did I give it? I think I put it in Jay's show. Patience. That is the word of the season. Patience. I've seen a lot of people like, 5-12 incoming. I'm like, okay, like I'm not expecting.
It's better. I'm like, tell me that's not an improvement,
right?
I'm like, tell me that's not an improvement. At the end of the day, all right. You want my final words, my final thoughts are this: Raider Nation should be excited. Raider Nation should be out here, looking for the new things that are going to come. I mean, like, this is going to be a new offense. Be patient. Look at this team grow. Remember that this isn't a 1-year process. I know that there's a lot of teams that came out there, Washington Commanders, when they drafted Jaden Daniels and they became a playoff team. But then look at them this year, sophomore slump. So, guys, be patient. I mean, like, you should see big time changes in the next 3 years, and you should see something that is going to be a formidable contender for years to come. Exciting times for Raider Nation.
Yeah. 2-4 got a question for you real quick. Well, do you do solo shows?
I do solo shows, but they're more pre-recorded sometimes. Sometimes I do solo shows live, but it's just really odd to talk to the camera for me.
Hey, plus me and Will, we like debating back and forth, like the trading back and
it's nice, man.
It's fun debating. But my final thoughts is I gotta agree with you. I'm excited. I'm trying not to drink the Kool-Aid because of last year. I think we all drink.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm not trying to drink the hopium. I'm still want results at the end of the day. Clint said the right things, but like you said, he still got to send the staff. He got to assemble the staff together. They still got to go see what they're going to do in free agency. We still got the draft. And, I will say this, you guys. I like that he didn't answer the Mendoza question. Like, clear, like, yeah, I've been studying. Like, we had this debate before we even thought about Clint Ewing being here. You said it will. What if Clint didn't even want Mendoza? Now, of course, why would he take the job if he didn't want Mendoza? But again, what if he's looking at a different quarterback next year? We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. So I love that he didn't answer it clear cut. He didn't really show his cards because that's what I thought. What if he doesn't like Mendoza? What if he's like, you know what? I want to go get one of these defensive pieces or maybe build up on that offensive line and we'll try to build for 2027 because at the end of the day, you guys, I do believe Spytek and Clint, they're like this and they both know this is going to be a process. This is going to be a slow build. I'm not saying slow like 4 or 5 years. Just 2026 is not about wins, you guys. It is about development. Yep, that's where I'm at. 3 years. 3 years, you guys. By that third year, that's when I'm hey, we better be talking playoffs. We better be Super Bowl contenders. But 2026, you guys, it's not about wins. It's about development. I'm looking at what, Raider Will wants Jack Best to answer. Can he be that guy? Raider Will, I'm with you on that. Hey, there's going to be no excuses for Jack Best this season. He's going to be out there getting the reps. He's going to get the targets. Okay, let's see what he can do with the ball. Dante Thornton Jr., you got the measurables, my guy. You got your 6'5", 4'3". What can you do? Ashton Genty, was it the offensive line? Or are you really a bust? See, all these questions, you guys, are going to be answered in 2026. That is what we need to be looking forward to, not wins. I know we want to win, but this is not, I heard people saying, oh, the Patriots did it, the Bears did it, the Texans did it. You guys, they did it because they did it smart. They got their coach. We didn't have our coach in Pete. We didn't have our coach in AP. We didn't have a quarterback. We're just getting our quarterback. We're just getting our head coach. This is going to take time. This is not going to be a 1-year turnaround, instant playoffs, or instant Super Bowl appearance. It's going to take some time. Just be patient. Be patient. But with that, man, Raider Will, let the people know where they can go find you, man.
Hey, man. So you guys can look me up on YouTube, Silver and Black Radio Podcast. We also got our own website, silverandblackradiopodcast.com. We put out articles, we do all sorts of stuff. I mean, like you can find me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, man. And hey, we're going to be rocking some more shows, guys. Tomorrow we're going to have the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm going to have the whole crew. We're going to have 7 or 8 people on. So make sure that you guys log in 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night, Pacific Standard Time. And at the end of the day, man, you see me jumping around. So, hey, I appreciate you, Raider Primo, man. Hey, congratulations, my brother. I'm making it to 600. I'm on my road to 4. So, guys, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share. Do the same thing with my boy. And, hey, man, let's keep this thing going.
I appreciate you guys. Again, Nation, this platform, the platforms that all these content creators have, it's not without you. Like these are not happening. These shows do not happen without your support, without the Nation. And I don't care what anybody says. Like we have the best fan base, and I think these platforms show it. Like every content
100.
creator, the chat rooms, like it shows why the Nation is the best fan base in sports. I don't care what anybody says. I say sports, best fan base in sports. I'm sorry, fight me on it. But you know where you guys can find your guy Primos. Socials are at the bottom. Instagram, Raider Primos, X Raider Primos, YouTube, Raider Primos. You know where to find us. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already. Share that link around, you guys. Road to 700 is now. And on the way out, hit that like, and we will see you guys in the next one. We out of here. Peace.